What is up, everybody? My name is Kyle Ducey, your resident fantasy analyst. I'm here to bring you another video where not only do we talk about who we're adding for the weekend and maybe next week, but showing what goes into how I'm making those decisions. I have 20 years experience playing fantasy basketball, diamond rated on Yahoo, meaning the top 1%. So I know a thing or two. And I want to help you win your league and win some money in the meantime. So as my friend from the classic show, MXC said, let's go. So the strategy I found to be most successful throughout the years is streaming and maximizing the streams over the 3 and 4 day periods. Now, because no team is playing on Saturday and Sunday this weekend, we're going to want to target the teams playing on Saturday and Monday. That way we're getting 2 games in 3 days. And we're getting a game on Monday, which is key because you want to start the week off with more games than your opponent. So there are 6 teams that are playing Saturday and Monday. That is the Celtics, the Pacers, the Wizards, the Jazz, the Bucks, and the Rockets. Now, I saw that basically every team was playing today. So I had some guys on my bench that weren't going to get in the game. And they weren't playing tomorrow either. So yesterday I planned ahead and I already added guys like Josh Hart, Isaiah Jackson, Keontae George, DiVincenzo, and I tried to get Fontecchio too, but lost out on a higher bid. So when I see a packed day, see if you can drop a guy who won't be playing and add a guy playing on the lighter day, like Saturday, for instance. I want to share my screen with you and show you what moves I'm making and how I'm making them. So, and by the lighter day, heavier day schedule, this is what I mean I was looking at. So I was looking right here where we can see everybody was playing this day, but there wasn't anybody playing on these next days. So guys like this, we could have dropped and used for a player on that day. But let's start with the cover guy that we're talking about. And that's our first ad, the waiver wire target for tomorrow. And that is Josh, the Hitman Hart. Also one of the best follows on Twitter. This guy is hilarious and he's productive, all around productive, especially tonight as he went for a massive 10, 15, and 6 game, which we can see here. Huge, all around contributor. And guess who he takes on tomorrow? Who do we got tomorrow? Well, the Washington Wizards, the Wizards, led by none other than Jordan Poole, who went for 2 points tonight. 2 points, and they lost by 24. And why we love to look at the Wizards and play guys who are streaming or facing the Wizards is right here. They are dead last in defense, giving up 126.6 points a game. That is just so bad. It's crazy. The Pacers are actually 29th and they have a winning record. They're giving up 124.6. But that's why you just want games at the Pacers and you know it's going to be fast paced. But we got to stream guys that are playing Washington. So this is a perfect play here with Josh Hart. Plus, we've seen that since the OG trade, if we look at his stats since then, the minutes, there's no change in minutes, a tiny bit less it looks like in some games. No change in overall stats, though. He's still putting up numbers across the board. Great for points, rebounds, assists, and has been decent shooting lately as well. Now, I already have him on 2 teams, so I'm invested in this guy, and I'm hoping to land him on this team here that we're seeing with a $2 bid. Now, I'm a little bit worried that I might not win him because of the big game he had tonight. So you might want to consider going for $3 on him if you need. If you like what you see here, I would greatly appreciate if you could destroy that like button and hit subscribe. I want to keep doing this videos every other day, and they're going to get better and better. Now, on to another guy who I believe I can get for less. That's why I'm bidding $1 for Mr. Obi Toppin, who is right here with Hart as my favorite stream. Now, this for a couple reasons that we're going to be talking about Mr. Toppin here. And one of them is what happened in today's game. So in today's game, Nesmith, one of their better players, Nembhard was already out, but Nesmith went down with an ankle injury, an ankle sprain. Now, ankle sprain could be a game or 2 games, could be 5 or 6 games. We really don't know. I checked. I was watching some of it live, but didn't catch that part, only the beginning. But I can't find anything on Twitter about it. But ankle sprain could mean anything. But that leaves more minutes for Toppin. And going back to my top 6 teams that are going to be playing on Saturday and Monday, the Pacers are one of them. And when we look across the last, let's see who's available. And this is really what we use the most, the last 14 days total, right? So we're going to sort by who's playing on Saturday, last 14 days total. We're going to see Nesmith's one of the top there, but who knows if he's going to play tomorrow? I don't like that. Paul Reed, that's not reliable. We know he's not putting up any numbers. He's toast. So, and to see if he's toast, like let's go last 7 days, because we find the Toppin here is our number 4 option. And Chris Dunn, we know what Chris Dunn's about. He went for 2-5-5-3. If you need steals, you need assists, maybe Chris Dunn, but he is empty in a lot of other spots. But let's go last 7 days, because that's going to eliminate Paul Reed. He's going to drop down. It's going to put Toppin even higher. So Nesmith's the best option. And then Cornette, who only went off a couple games ago because everybody was hurt. He got way more playing time, 33 minutes. That's not going to happen again. So we're just looking at the best options there. This is a no-brainer in this league. Toppin is by far our best option there. We love Toppin, love the Pacers. As I said, they play terrible defense. They play up and down the court. And sometimes he actually contributes more across the board than Hart. So if you really need threes, steals, or blocks, target Toppin. You really want to look at your matchup and see exactly what you need. You'll also see that I'm dropping Duncan Robinson here as well. And if we look at the some of the stats here that Duncan's doing lately, he's just not a big contributor across the board. He gets you some assists, a couple steals here and there. He gets you some points. He gets you threes, but it's really threes and points. So he's a pretty empty contributor. But the bigger factor here, and when we're looking at the team and why we're getting rid of Nick Richards and Duncan Robinson, both of those guys, Duncan, no games Saturday, Sunday. Nick Richards, no games Saturday, Sunday. So we need games. We need stats to accumulate on Saturday, Sunday. These guys are not playing games either of those days. We are fine with getting rid of them. We could probably just pick them back up anyways. Now, I want to go on to another guy, Simone Fontecchio, who I already have on a couple teams and I want on more. He's got 2 games in the next 3 days, which is great. And then he's also currently ranked 34 over the last 14 days, which you know is one of my favorite stats. So he has been balling over these last 14 days. And I love to look at these guys using the 7 or the 14 days, but he's been beasting over this time period. If we open his stats up here, we're going to see, we're not looking at today's, that's not in counting yet for it, right? But let's look at the 3 games before that, right? He came back to earth a little bit, but in the 3 games before that, 3 threes, see, this is our averages, 3 threes, 17 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and a steal. These are massive numbers. That's better than Toppin. But you never know with this Jazz rotation, these blowouts they get in. I still feel like I like Toppin a little more because of the injuries in the lineup. Now, I am bidding $3, right, on Mr. Olfonte here because when I lost out actually on him in another league. He's only left in 2 leagues, right? And I lost out because I bid $1 on him last night and somebody got him for 3. So I am going to learn from my mistake and I'm going to learn what others bid on in other leagues as well to make this $3. Plus this team right here, one of my big money teams, it's in 6th place and I'm losing this week, right? So it's getting a little desperate for me, right? More than halfway through the season, want to hold on to that 6th spot. So I want to do everything I can, basically to get the best player this week. Remember, more than halfway through, we want to just make sure we get the playoffs. That's the goal. Getting a 1 or 2 seed or a bye, that's the main goal. But secondary, top 6 for the playoffs, that's what we want. And last but not least, this guy is not a stream for tomorrow, but he could really help you on Sunday and moving forward. That is my guy, Cole Anthony, right? Who took a much bigger role on today with Franz my guy Franz, hurt with an ankle, right? He sprained his ankle 2 games ago. He was ruled out very early, over a day early for this game tonight, which is a bad sign, right? If you get ruled out a day in advance, he wasn't close to playing today. Who knows when he'll be back? So Cole lit it up today. 3 threes, 23 points, shot over 500, perfect from the line, 4 assists, monster game. This is also because Gary Harris is out with a calf injury as well. Who knows how long that'll be, right? So Cole's a solid player. I snagged him in 1 for tonight's game, and it paid off as the Magic had a huge upset win. We can see here, big upset win, 122-120 over the Denver Nuggets in Denver. I had Cole on multiple teams earlier this year and then dropped him kind of a little bit recently, but he could be worth holding even after this because you see he can put up solid numbers for steals, points, and threes. And if Franz is out for a while, I mean, sprained ankle, it looked bad. He could be out for a while. Cole is going to be getting massive, massive minutes here, right? That is it for me, guys. be sure to check the description for all the players that I mentioned. You could follow me on Instagram at DuceyPicks, Twitter, same thing, DuceyPicks. And remember, hit that like, hit that subscribe as well. That would really help me out. And then check out Ducey Picks podcast on Apple and Spotify. Can't thank my wife enough for helping me do all of this. Soon I'm going to be coming up with way more professional videos. I am stoked for the future of this thing and sticking to one of my resolutions this year, which is to do over 100 plus YouTube videos for you guys on fantasy basketball and fantasy baseball. Let's keep it going. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Peace out and have a great weekend.